Morning, call the 8:15, a compliance calendar. Mr. Tuttle, you're here in the courtroom. Have a seat, if you would. How's life?
It's going better.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I got proof and I started treatment.
Oh, wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful.
all right
Would you
here.
show that to Mr. Dilly? That's is good news indeed. So it's like you're on this. He's going for reports, he's got some really decent information that they're going to need. But I think that's fantastic. Wonderful. Now, can we keep these? Make a copy of them?
Can I make a copy of them?
If you would, could you make a copy of them? We're shorthanded today, so if you'd make a copy of them and drop them off when it's convenient for you to do so. Mr. Tuttle, here, let me hand these back to you. Hey, good job. Good job. Now, these are hoops to jump through. And the point is, and the only point is to make sure you don't have to listen to some judge talking to you about some event that happens in the future. It's how to avoid that and, you know, live a better life.
Yeah, I'm starting to look on the inside and I'm realizing I got a problem. So
We all have problems, each and every one of us. And if we don't deal with them, they deal with us. Well, I want to thank you for appearing. I'm not going to schedule any other hearing. As long as we're getting reports from the St. Peter, I'm familiar with the program. It's an excellent choice of providers. As long as we're hearing from them, you don't need to waste your time coming into court.
all right. Wow.
It sounds like life is going well.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Again.
Stay safe, stay well, and avoid the Delta variant.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day, y'all.
And you as well. Take care. And you were finding full compliance.
Next we have
Let me sign this here. Instead of- Morning.
Morning, how are you?
So far, so good yourself.
A little sick, but I'm here.
Sorry to hear that. You take care of yourself.
Yeah. So I transferred treatment centers. I went from Northwest Resources out to Stop and Puyallup. Due to me working up north all the time, it's just better sense. I'm moving to Puyallup here in the next couple of weeks, be closer to my kids. So just makes more sense to transfer over there and get started there. I have my intake appointment on September 11th at 11 a.m.
Intake appointment September 11th.
Yes, sir.
Things first, would you identify yourself by name for the record?
Marvin Dart.
Mr. Dart, good morning once again. I heard what you did have to say. Mr. Dilly, anything on behalf of the city?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Dart, as long as you've got that scheduled and you're going to keep that, why don't we do this? Let's reschedule you for another review the first week in or the first opportunity in October. Now,
Okay.
If you have on file with us the results of your any evaluation, the proof that you have attended, that you don't need to show up.
Okay.
But it'd be a real good idea to call us and make sure that we have received what we need to hear instead of just not showing up.
Yes, sir.
Treatment agencies are real good about giving treatment by and large, but sometimes they're not very good about getting reports to courts.
Yeah, they took a long time to get me. I called about a week ago to have them send me an email with confirmation so I could send it to you guys, and it literally took them 5 days to send that to me. So I just got it yesterday and I was in panic mode. So
Well, Mr. Dart, with the COVID situation, everything is a little messed up, I'll say,
yes, sir.
right now. Good luck to you. Thank you for appearing. Look forward to getting proof of compliance. And once again, October 14th is be your next scheduled date. But if you're in compliance and we have that on file, you don't need to show up. You have better things to do, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Make money. So
Otherwise,
you have a wonderful day.
Dave, you take care of yourself. Mr. Dart, that concludes the hearing. Have a good day. It could be a better score.
So next we have docket number 4, Jennifer Spears.
Ms. Spears, we're going to take your matter now. Are you able to hear me? You may have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
The docket entry I have indicates that we need to have some indication or something about treatment. How is that going?
I did start treatment. I've attended well, today will be 3 weeks. I do classes on Thursdays. So after today's class will be 3 weeks.
I'm glad to hear that. It looks like I'm looking at something from Stop here that says you attended your first session on August 11th. How was that going? Are you learning anything?
It's informative, yes.
That is the point of the thing. Yeah, we want to make sure that you don't have any issues that make you come back to court, this court or any other court, anytime in the future.
Exactly.
We're to find you in full compliance. We're not going to schedule another review hearing as long as we're hearing from the STOP program that you're compliant with the treatment requirements. You don't need to appear in court.
Okay, and I do have a quick question. There's a lot of people in my classes that I guess are having to go back to court because STOP is not sending compliance reports. Is there anything that I can do on my end monthly to ensure that I can provide that proof for you? Or does it, I don't know, I just don't want to have to come to court if I know I'm going to classes. I guess it's a concern.
But Ms. Spears, what you told me is a chronic problem. I've been hearing about that and dealing with it myself in defending people for a lot of years. The only thing I can suggest is that you take the matters into your own hands, insist on them giving you a compliance report, and then email it or file it here with us.
Okay, I'll do that just for backup.
Perfect. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And always, yeah, make sure you stay on them about that. Maybe confirm with them that they have sent it in if you don't do that. But you take care of yourself. Sounds like things are going well. But we'll strike the hearing, find you in full compliance.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Spears, thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
So far, so good.
It for the 8:15. We do have Ms. Bowden on for.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do, we've been emailing back and forth. I think just a preview of coming events, we're gonna reset that matter to some date in one of the 2 dates in October, and
Okay, I'll allow her to talk. I've allowed Ms. Bowden to talk. She's still muted on her end.
Ms. Bowden, good morning. We'll take your matter now. This is Anthony Jackson. You might be still muted if you could.
Yeah, That would be fine. He's getting on Zoom, Your Honor. But we have a new offer that was given to us yesterday, and I think we're gonna take it. But I need to do the plea paperwork, so I'd like to set this over. Do you have a date the first week of October?
October 14th is our date.
October 14th would be the first October date.
Do you have any more dates between now and then? He's going out of town on the 11th.
We have September 16th or September 30th.
Oh, we'll take those. We'll take either one. Why don't we do,
Your choice. Well, how about the 16th?
that'd be fine. September 16th,
16, 1/6.
1/6. And I'll text my client, but if he logs on, will you tell him?
Again,
If my client logs on, I'll try to reach him, but if he logs on, will you tell him that it's just set over till the 16th?
He's not logged on yet, but if he does, we can.
he's not logged on yet, but
Okay, I'll try to call him, okay?
if he does log in, I'll have Madam Clerk advise him as well.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
And you as well. You have a great day as well.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Jennifer Spears, you're still.
We do have, she doesn't have court today, but we have Mallory Davis logged on.
Now let's finish up Jennifer.
I believe it's, on my end, I'm done with
Computer
it.
says you're currently
Oh, really? Oh, try refreshing, because yeah, I was in Jackson just now.
reload site. Reload. Aha. That worked. Being a computer dinosaur does not know. And who else do we have?
So we have Mallory Davis on here, but at 10 today. Looks like she's on our team because I think she requested that Mr. Sneva be present, so.
Ms. Davis, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I certainly can. You have court scheduled at 10 o'clock this morning. Your attorney, Mr. Sneva, isn't here yet. If you could check back in about 10, that'd be great.
Okay,
Hey, Ms. Davis, thank you. You take care.
you too.
And then if you can sign the Anthony Jackson motion to continue, I think that's the only other. And then still waiting for the jail to log in. Yep. Yeah, if you can sign the motion to continue that I put in the.
Okay.
Google Docs.
You are cool.
And now go off
Yes, Your Honor.
record, and Mr. Jackson is unmuted. You can let him know.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Your and I want you to give her a call. Your hearing has been reset to the 16th.
Okay, Your Honor.
She
Appreciate it.
needs to talk to you, but I would give her a call. At least leave a message right now.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Your hearing is stricken for today. We'll talk to you on the 16th. You take care. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor.
Oh, I will get the jail up and
Jail up yet?
they're getting there. There they go.
Aha. Sparrow, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Judge. How are you doing?
So far, so good. So far, so good. Do you have anybody available to?
Not yet. We're waiting, but I can tell you, at least with respect, they're bringing, they're in the process of bringing let's see, Mr. Strauss and Mr. Hack, or Hawk, actually it's Hawk. I went and I was told that Jesse Thompson did not want to come out of his cell, so I asked one of the jailers. I said, could I go down and attempt to talk with him? And I went down there, and he is curled up in his cell under a blanket. And when you try to talk to him through the cell door, he just tells you to. It's a word that starts with F, and then off. So, and I said, hey, Jesse, are you interested in maybe doing something here to get out of jail? And I just got another F off. So I'm not sure what to do. Got it figured out there? Yeah. So anyways,
The 4 words doesn't leave us with much to work with today.
no.
Strike the hearing and reset it for next time, and maybe talk to them. What the heck to do? I'm sort of out of ideas on this case.
I
PCO.
don't know what you do.
Talk to Mr. Johnson.
I'm gonna just mute myself here just for a second here.
Certainly.
So I've got Mr. Hawk here, and
Morning.
yeah, and he's here in the room here with me, and so we're just wanting to find a date to set it for a bench trial.
Certainly. Any issues, any motions?
Well, none from the defense. Let's see. Let's see if I can get on. That's where it is. Okay. Let's see. Looking for do we know where the because I don't think I've done one. Do we know where the is there like a jury trial waiver form? I'm looking through the it's under other for sure.
On O courts or not, I do not know.
Yeah, I'm just looking through
Yeah, waiver.
oh, there we go. I see it. I see it. Sorry. So here we go. I have a little signature thing here. No distraction. Let's see. Let me try this. I'm not sure if this is gonna work. We have one in the courtroom. It's just like this, so. Why don't you see if you can sign on there? Can. Oh, it does. Sweet.
A different agent.
And Judge, I have just executed a jury trial waiver, and I've managed to get Mr. Hawk's signature electronically on the electronic form. So I don't know if Your Honor wants to make a formal inquiry about that, but anyway, so that's just one of the things we need to dispose of. And then do we, if the court accepts that waiver, then I guess just pick a date. Do we need to just pick a date today and set a trial date and then maybe a confirmation date, or?
Mr. Hawk, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you. I'm looking on the computer screen here, a waiver of a right to a jury trial. Have you gone over that with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, that's, you sign that of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Now, that is something you should continue to discuss with your attorney. I will accept that. You're asking for a bench trial rather than a jury trial.
Yes, sir.
That'll be accepted. What are we looking at in terms of time? It's my recollection that some other jurisdiction is awaiting Mr.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's he's apparently awaiting a some kind of federal probation
Probation,
violation,
yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
I'll then ask Mr. Dilly about how much time do you think we ought to go out for a bench trial in this?
How about the first date in October?
Mr. Haverco and Mr. Dilly suggesting first available date in October, which would be October 14th. Is that going to work?
Yeah. And would we set it at like 1 o'clock or noon, or when would we do it? Kind of just.
Noon.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Perfect.
Yeah, and he agrees. The defendant here, he's heard the date, October 14th, and the defense would agree to that.
Logistically, what you would have to do is be back to the jail, which isn't that far from here, and then be back here for arraignment. So we'll work that out.
Gotcha.
Set it for noon.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And do we want to set, do we want to set another date for like a confirmation, or?
May as well. Let's set a confirmation date for the here in September.
We want to do the 30th. That's our last September.
30th.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
For one hearing, so I wrote it in the other box. Make sure.
Mr. Hawk, good luck to you. That concludes the hearing. We'll talk to you again on the 30th of the month.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Stay in touch with Mr. Haverco, and we'll talk to you then.
Okay. Thank you. Just need to wait for Mr. Strauss.
And Mr. Strauss has his own attorney.
Yeah, and if we've already, if the substitution's already been made, then I'll go ahead and close up shop here and drive to the courthouse.
See you in a couple of minutes.
All right.
Attorney Aubrey.
Oh, that looks like she is on. Ms. Aubrey, good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I am. Good morning, Your Honor.
We're waiting for the jail to bring Mr. Strauss to the camera. As soon as he's there, we'll get started.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Strauss, good morning. Are
Good
you able to
morning.
hear me?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
And good morning to your attorneys on as well. Are you able to see her?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Pre-trial this day, I'll turn to Mr. Dilly, who's here in the courtroom, for the status of the matter.
Yes, Your Honor. We've reached an agreement, and I will let counsel present that, and it is an agreed recommendation.
Ms. Aubrey, good morning. We'll hear from you.
Good morning, Your Honor. That is correct. We have resolved this case and Mr. Strauss is prepared today to accept responsibility. Your Honor, I did fill out a guilty plea form and it looks like I did go over that with Mr. Strauss. And it also looks like the state has signed or the city has signed that agreement. And that, would you like me to go through that form, Your Honor?
I do have the form on a screen here in front of me. Yes, I'm reviewing that now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Strauss, good morning. For the record,
Good morning, Your Honor.
Stephen Raymond Strauss,
Yes,
plea form tells me you're 58 years of age. You've been through the 12th grade.
yes.
Any issues reading, understanding the plea form?
No, I understood this all.
Have you gone over the plea form with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
And if you had any questions about what it meant to enter a plea of guilty to 3 charges, were your questions answered?
No,
The plea form is you will be pleading guilty to 3 offenses. 1, driving while under the influence of intoxicants. 2, driving while license suspended in the 1st degree. And the 3rd charge would be operating a vehicle without ignition interlock. All those are gross misdemeanors. The maximum penalty for each would be 364 days incarceration and or a $5,000 fine, which I would be free to impose regardless of what's recommended. You realize that?
yes, Your Honor.
If I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing from which there would be no appeal. You realize that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I accept the pleas, the Department of Licensing will suspend your license for a period of time determined by your record. You realize that as well? I assume that's going to be a 1 year.
Yes,
But that would be up to the Department of Licensing. With that in mind, as to 1 charge of driving while under the influence of intoxicants, 1 charge of driving while your license was suspended in the 1st degree, not eligible for reinstatement, and 1 charge of operating a motor vehicle without the ignition interlock when required by the Department of Licensing. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
You make those pleas of your own free will?
Yes, I do.
Did he make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No,
I will find the pleas to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. And your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements. I'll turn to your attorney for the recommended sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're asking the court to abide by the agreed recommendation of 364 days in jail with 362 days suspended on the DUI charge for 60 months and a minimum fine of $1,245.50. On the driving with license suspended in the 1st degree, we're asking the court to follow the recommendation of 364 days in jail with 354 days suspended for 60 months. And on operating a vehicle without ignition interlock, we're asking the court to sentence Mr. Strauss to 364 days with 362 days suspended. We're asking the court to run the DUI and the driving with license suspended concurrently. By statute, the operating vehicle with ignition interlock requires that the sentence be run consecutively. And we're also recommending Mr. Strauss have a drug and alcohol evaluation and also do a DUI victim impact panel. Mr. Strauss and his wife own a small construction business. He is motivated to get out and get some treatment upon his release, Your Honor.
I see in the plea form that the box is not checked for alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment. That sort of jumped out on me. Was that just, I'm not real familiar with these O-Court forms either, so I had to kind of look for that. Is
I
that part of the
apologize for that,
recommendation?
Your Honor. Yes, that is part of the agreed recommendation and should be added to the plea form.
As long as they, Mr. Dilly, anything to add?
No, Your Honor, it's agreed order.
Mr. Strauss, you have what they call a right of elocution. You can tell me anything you want. You can rely on what your attorney said. That's your choice in the matter. You don't have to say anything, but if you have anything to tell me that you think I should know, now's the time.
I just want to say that I'm really very, very sorry. And I know there's no excuse about this, and it should never have happened. And I promise you, I will never touch any alcohol again, not in 5 years, not in 20 years. And unfortunately, I ruined a big part of my life here, and even worse for my wife too. And all what I know is that I will never disappoint my wife again, or my friends which believe in me. I really mean this. I'm very sorry. That's all. Thank you.
There are letters in the file that I've reviewed and read. Yes, you do have a lot of community support. You have great community support. You also have a horrible driving record.
I'm aware of this.
You're kind of a poster child for somebody that's going to eventually kill somebody on the road. Unless you get a handle on the alcohol. You've had quite a few years of success with that here recently. This is a first within more than 7 years. For whatever reason, things did not go well on a certain night. Fortunately, you're sitting there instead of in a hospital bed or someplace worse. Your attorney has done an excellent job with the recommendation as to sentencing. I'm sure she may have told you that there's a lot of courts if you're in. There isn't any question but that you'd be sitting in jail for a long time. Perhaps I've been in one court where I'm fairly sure it would be 3 years consecutively. The following recommendation as to sentence on the DUI, 364 days in jail, 362 days suspended, credit for the 2 days served. With regard to the DWS first, 364 days in jail, 354 days suspended, credit for 10 days served consecutive to the 2 days served on the DUI. You've been in custody for the last 14 days, so that does it with the jail time. On ignition interlock, 364, 62 suspended, credit for 2 days served on that. Not going to make any determination at this time as to consecutive or concurrent based upon future behavior. Conditions of the suspended jail time are pretty important here. It's apparent from the pleas and your record that you can't be driving at all right now, with or without ignition or interlock. That's going to take some doing with the Department of Licensing. That's one of the conditions. No driving without license and insurance. No consumption of alcohol and or non-prescribed drugs. Do within the next 90 days. Ms. Aubrey, is that enough time to get a drug and alcohol evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Within the next 90 days, get a drug and alcohol evaluation with a state certified agency and file proof of that with the court. Now, I realize with your history, you've probably had enough treatment to be able to give the course without any trouble at all. Am I right in that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was fairly sure I would, but Mr. Strauss, all I can do is wish you the best of luck. And the last thing you want to do is be in a position where you have to live with the fact of you ended another person's life when you were in a condition where you had able to do something you would have no way thought of doing or had any intention of doing. I don't want you to have to live with that for the rest of life. And I don't want an innocent family to suffer with that as well. But that's what we're looking at here, and that's why the penalties are as harsh as they are. I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You had a lot of clean and sober time behind you before the night that led to your current situation, and let's look forward and hope those years can continue. I have to impose a $1,245.50 fine, which I will do. We'll set your payments at that. I don't know your income situation. Let's set it at $100 a month. I want your resources to go to treatment rather than paying any fine. Does Aubrey any questions at all?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Dilly, anything?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Strauss, unless you have some other hold on you, you will be released from jail today. But once again, I want to remind you, alcohol is not your friend. It's an anchor that's going to drag you down and drown you if you don't keep a handle on that. And I'm really hoping you are. You've got a lot of community support here, a lot of people on your side and wanting the best for you. And I have to commend your attorney for getting about the best possible result you could get in a case like this. Good luck to you. You take care of yourself. You won't be hearing from me as long as we get reports from the treatment agency as to the evaluation and compliance with any recommendation they make. Other than that, you won't be hearing from us. And I hope you won't be hearing from us or any other court. The driving is kind of an issue. If you're caught driving, that's going to result in a lot of problems. And I want you to maybe talk to your attorney about that. Good luck to you. You take care of yourself. And that concludes the matter. I'll sign the judgment and sentence, and copies of that will be forwarded to you and your attorney.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Aubrey. Including the advisement as to attack. Nobody understands what that means. That little window pops up.
Even though you did say this.
Well,
That's it. for
we're
that.
still on, are we still on record?
We're still on record.
Still on record, we still have the 8:15 no-shows to deal with. Mr. Dillon, you have two no-shows from the 8:30 calendar. The first one would be Kristen Evans. Shoplifting, she was on a 90-day diversion.
Wow, that's
And apparently didn't attend the mandatory shoplifting class.
So I guess we revoke and issue a warrant in the amount of $5,000 cash or bond.
2,500.
Okay.
The other one was the Christopher Ray.
Into jurisdiction for disorderly conduct.
$25
Do we still have jurisdiction on this? Why don't we extend jurisdiction and issue a warrant for $500?
How long do you want to extend the jurisdiction?
One of these deferral. He's entitled to a hearing on that very low bit, $500.
I think I need to sign that judgment and sentence form for Mr. Strauss, but it shows that you're still in it.
Yeah, they may have signed, I already signed it and I didn't.
You might be able to still sign it.
Well, I don't care if I sign it or not. I mean, if you don't need me, I won't. I'm not gonna lose any
I'm not
sleep.
sure how the signing works.
No, I'm good.
So we can- Now on record, I'm going to defer to the parties for the order in which the calendar is called. Mr. Sneva.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have a number of matters ready. First, I'd like to start with number 5 on the 10 o'clock, Jack Gibbs.
Mr. Gibbs, good morning.
Mr. Gibbs comes on for a pretrial hearing, Your Honor. I believe there is a motion or order to dismiss this matter in the court file.
Yes, and it's, we're dismissing with prejudice, Your Honor.
No objection.
Nothing I have to rule on. City's agreeing that.
City, yes.
Mr. Gibbs, when presented by an order, I will sign it if that's necessary. Case is dismissed with prejudice, I believe, which means it cannot be refiled. Good luck to you. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you as well.
Do I have anyone on the line, Donnie?
Yeah, Kurt's an Aldridge in this. Oh, and then Miss Davis, she's here for compliance.
We can take number 1 off the 10 o'clock, Mallory Gibbs first, please.
Well, a matter of Yelm versus Valerie Davis. Is Miss Davis available?
She's getting on. She needs to unmute.
Ms. Davis, good morning. We're going to take your matter now. Your attorney, Mr. Steve, is here in the courtroom. I'll defer to him for the status of the case, which is set for a compliance hearing today.
Yes, Your Honor. Last time we were here, I wasn't with her. It was set over so I could talk with her. Ms. Davis and I had a number of good discussions, and the compliance is underway. She's engaged in, or has begun to engage in the recommended counseling that she needs to do. Unfortunately, the day that she had the victims impact panel, the DV victims impact panel scheduled, was the day of her mother's memorial service. Her mother passed away recently, unexpectedly. It's been a really tough last few weeks for her, but she stayed in contact with me the entire time and is really willing to engage in the recommended treatment. So we're going to need to show a little compliance. She's just getting going with that, as the court may remember last time we were here, and she's been diligent. She's literally called me probably 6 times since we were last here, so she stayed on top of it. I'm asking to go out to the 11th of November so that we can come back with something, Your Honor, showing that she's got some substantial compliance.
So Julie, anything?
No, Your Honor, it's complete agreement.
Ms. Davis, your attorney's asked to reset the matter, so you can come into compliance with any earlier order. That's, we will do that, 11/11, November 11th, we'll set it for 10 o'clock.
November 9th, because the 11th was a holiday.
Ah, that's right.
Okay, I can't,
That's our, yeah,
I'm-
11/11, I should.
okay, I'm not, the 11th is a holiday?
Mhm. Yeah. so
Okay,
the
I'm not,
following
okay,
Tuesday.
we'll have to scratch that date because I'm in another court on the 9th. So could we go to the 28th of October? Would that work?
October 20th, yeah.
Okay, I'll send an email on that.
Ms. Davis,
Donnie.
we're going to reset it to October 20th instead of in November. We'll be sending you a copy of today's order. It'll have that on it. Any conditions of release of sentence remain in effect, and of course, stay in touch with your attorney. Okay. Any questions at all?
No, none at all. Thank you.
Good luck to you. October 28th, 10 a.m. That's the date and time of your next hearing.
All right.
We'll send you a copy. Good luck. Take care.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Davis.
And Your Honor, just let me know when you're ready and I'll go to the next one. And Madam Clerk, I will send you an email on that date. I didn't realize
Okay.
that. Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next matter I'd like to call is Joseph Aldridge. He's number 1 off the 11 o'clock calendar. Mr. Aldridge comes on for a pretrial hearing. We have had a chance to meet outside of court. There is a plea form in the O court system with a plea to an amended charge of driving with license suspended 2nd degree and no ignition interlock. There is an agreed recommendation. Thank you.
Mr. Aldrich, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Do you disagree with anything your attorney just said?
No, I do not.
I'm looking on a computer screen at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to 1 count of driving a license suspended or revoked in the 2nd degree, amended from the original charge of 1st degree. Plea form tells me you're 35 years of age. Do you have any issues at all reading, understanding the plea form?
No, I do not.
Now, this is still a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine, regardless of what's recommended. You agree?
Yes, sir.
If I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to the maximum if I think that's appropriate. With that in mind, as to 1 count of driving a license suspended or revoked in the 2nd degree, which have occurred within the city of Yelm. On August 3rd, 2020, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Make that plea of your own free will.
Yes, I do.
Anybody make any threats or promises to make you plead guilty?
No.
I will find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. Steve, the recommendation is all jail time.
All time
364
suspended, $250 probation fee, Your Honor, which you'd like to be placed on a payment plan. And that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Dilly, anything to add to the recommendation?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Aldrich, you've heard the recommendation. Is there anything you'd like to tell me or think I should know? You have a right to tell me anything you wish. You don't have to say anything. You can simply rely on your attorney's statements, if you wish.
Well, no, just trying to move forward with everything and get going with my life again.
Mr. Aldrich, I'll follow the recommendation. All 364 days in jail, on the condition you have law-abiding behavior that includes don't drive unless you're licensed and insured. $250 probation fee is assessed. We'll set your payments on that at $25 a month. Now, if you have an issue making the fine payments, you make sure you let Mr. Steven know so he can have you brought back before the court, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You know what it's gonna take to get your license reinstated? How soon you're gonna be able to do that?
He's gonna have to have a hearing, Your Honor. Yeah, he's in that situation, so.
Mr. Aldrich, good luck on that. I would do everything you can to get your license reinstated. We live in a world where you pretty much have to be able to drive just to function, okay?
All right, thank you.
Mr. Aldrich, good luck to you. We'll send you a copy of today's judgment and sentence. 364, suspended on the condition of law-abiding behavior, the $250 fine, that is it. And the one
All right.
condition is law-abiding behavior. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Josh, a signature on the
Oh, I need one,
JNS.
sorry. Okay. Gotta wake up over here, sorry.
electronics.
I know. City of Olympia is using this now as well, so
Oh, they are.
I am. One moment, sorry. I would really like to see a light that goes on so you know when it's your turn, because we're doing this on Zoom and I'm like, is it me? And I think that's one thing I'd like to see improved, but I never know. All right.
Later. Done.
The next matter, Your Honor, is number 7 off the 11 o'clock calendar, Mr. Kurtz, Jason Kurtz.
All that matter now?
And Mr. Kurtz and I have gone over a plea form that should be in the system. Recommendation here is a $250 probation fee, no criminal law violations for a year, all time suspended, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Kurtz, good morning. You need to unmute yourself. We'll take your matter right now. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I believe that's is it star 6?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, sorry.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Kurtz. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you hear what your attorney said about the status of your case?
Yes, I did.
Disagree with anything you heard?
No.
For the record, your name is Jason Andre Kurtz?
Jason Andrew.
Excuse me, Andrew. It's the last letter is cut off a little bit on the computer screen. My apologies. The plea form tells me you're 29 years of age. You've been through the 11th grade. Is that correct?
Yes.
Any problems at all reading, understanding the plea form?
No.
Have you gone over the plea form with your attorney?
Yes.
And if you had any questions about what it meant to plead guilty, was your question answered?
No.
If I accept the plea, you give up the rights that are contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to the maximum. This being a gross misdemeanor, that would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. You realize that?
Yes, I do.
With that in mind, Mr. Kurtz, is to one count of criminal trespass, first degree, alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on July 1st, 2021. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Take that plea of your own free will.
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty, accept the recommendation as to sentence?
No.
I will find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement of paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements. With regard to a recommended sentence, Mr. Sneva?
It's an agreed recommendation, Your Honor. We're asking that the court follow it. I believe it's appropriate.
Mr. Dillon, anything to add?
No, Your Honor, it's agreed.
Mr. Kurtz, anything you'd like to tell me? You have a right to let me know anything you would like me to know prior to sentence.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Kurtz, is there anything you'd like me to know?
No.
The recommendation is a fair one. I'll follow it. 364 days in jail, all suspended for a year on the condition you have law-abiding behavior, and that would include not going where you've been trespassed from. Pose a probation fee of
Okay.
$250, and we'll give you a time payment agreement on that. Mr. Kurtz, if you have an issue making the probation fee payments, let us know as soon as possible. Contact your attorney so you can be back in court, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Kurtz, any questions at all?
No.
Good luck to you. That concludes the hearing. You can sign off.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day.
And you as well, Mr. Kurtz. Thank you.
Is there any other people on me? Okay. I need to sign this, don't I?
Brent, how about a signature on the JNS form?
Refresh here. Looks like haven't I signed that?
I'm gonna try to sign it now.
On the JNS.
Yeah, I don't see anything that I haven't signed.
Maybe I need to hit the refresh button.
I don't see your signature on there. Just 2 minutes and are you ready?
Here we go, just showed up.
Mine are out. They're not here, so you can go ahead. And then I'll jump on it. I have a couple other matters ready, but
There we go.
So I think we can call. This would be Sarah Klutz. It's number 8 on the 10 o'clock calendar.
Klutz, good morning. Take that matter now. Turn to your attorney for the status of the case.
We have, so that matter comes on for pretrial for a reckless driving charge. Parties have reached an agreement, that being a proposed stipulated order of continuance for 12 months and $250 costs, probation fee. And then she's to take a defensive driving course. I kind of checked two things because there's the defensive level. There was one level 1 on the form that I said separately in a box, either that or defensive driving, either one.
Either or, it's a
Either or.
recommendation.
And just again, no, criminal law violations. And then at the end of the period, the case will be amended to negligent driving in the second degree.
Julie, anything to add?
Nothing to your add, Ron.
Ms. Clothes, your attorney has negotiated on your behalf a contract, if you will, with the city under the terms of which, if you comply with what you've agreed to do here, a year from now, the charge will be amended to a much, much less serious charge of negligent driving in the second degree. Now, if you violate the agreement and the city proves that, you've given up your right to go to trial, have witnesses appeal if you lose. We would have a hearing based on simply the police report or whatever the prosecutor wished to present. And you know what the result of that would likely be. You realize that. You have a chance to get this down to a much, much less serious charge. But whether or not you do that or not is up to one person, and that is you. Any questions at all? Signing off on the agreement between you and the city, and I'm going to wish you the best of luck. We'll be sending you a copy of the agreement. Review it carefully, and if you have any questions at all, let your attorney know. $250 is the cost. If there's a problem paying that, let your attorney know. Okay.
See if there's some brochures out front. If you don't see any information, get the information. Okay. Yeah. If we can next call on the 11 o'clock calendar, that would be Patrick Myers. It's number 9 and number 10.
All right, Mr. Myers, take your matter now. Except for a pretrial and a mitigation hearing, I'll defer to your attorney for the status of it.
You get a signature here. Sign right there. So the matter comes on for a pretrial hearing on an ignition interlock device violation, and I anticipate Mr. Myers is going to enter a straight plea of guilty to that charge. I've had him sign the plea form, and city's recommendation on that is going to be a year in jail, all suspended to never be imposed so long as during the next 12 months he not commit any new criminal law violations and pays a $250 fine. I think as part of the global agreement, I think the city's willing to dismiss a couple of the infractions, the no valid operator's license, and the 2 or more stop lamps required. Part of the deal, dismiss those, and then
That's correct, Your Honor.
and then we'd agree on $150 costs on the operating a motor vehicle without insurance. He did indicate to me that he, I think, is getting insurance.
No, I've got insurance.
Oh, you've got insurance. Okay, he's got insurance, and he's going to be apparently taking a driving. Going to be retesting apparently for his license soon. So he's been making a little bit of progress. And, so with that, I ask Your Honor to inquire.
For the record, is your name Patrick Michael Myers? Mr. Myers, I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to one charge of operating a motor vehicle without ignition interlock when that's required by the Department of Licensing. Plea form tells me you're 70 years of age. Any trouble at all reading, understanding the plea form?
No, no.
And if you had any questions about it, did your attorney answer your questions?
Yeah.
Now, if I accept the plea, that subjects you to up to 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine, which I'd be free to impose regardless of what's recommended, if I thought that was appropriate. And if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5 on the form. There's no trial, no appeal, no witnesses, simply a sentencing from which there really isn't any appeal. With that in mind, as to driving a motor vehicle within the city of Yelm without ignition interlock when required by the Department of Licensing to have that, on July 7th, 2021, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes, I do.
Anybody make any threats, promises to you to make you plead guilty, accept the recommendation?
No.
I will find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. And your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. And do you admit that on that date, you didn't have valid insurance? Is there anything you'd like to tell me? I've heard the recommendation is the sentence. Is there anything you'd like to tell me or think I should know? I'm going to follow it. All jail time, 364 days, suspended completely on the condition you have law-abiding behavior. And that would, of course, include don't drive unless your vehicle is equipped with an ignition interlock, as long as that's required by the Department of Licensing. That's a requirement that drops off given time, so comply with the requirements, get a full license back, and go on with life and make darn sure that nothing ever happens to reinstate the requirement of ignition interlock. Reduce the no insurance, 553 to 150. We'll set you on a payment program for that. Now, if making the payments becomes an issue with you, what I want you to do is contact your attorney and we'll address that matter. That's not going to be a problem. The most important thing here is to not violate any laws and get yourself in trouble that way. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any question at all?
No.
Mr. Myers, good luck to you. Everything is electronic these days. We'll be sending you a copy of the judgment and sentence and the plea agreement, and your attorney will have that as well.
Okay.
Good luck to you and take care.
Thank you. Good luck. All right. And if she's on the line, the next matter we could take up.
Nope,
Oh, sorry.
Still wandering.
Sorry
through
about
the,
that.
Can Brenna signature on the judgment and sentence? Trevor, ready, finally.
Okay, if she's on the line or logged in, the next next matter could be number 7 on the 10 o'clock, Mary Kipp. It's actually number 6 and 7.
Six and seven. Ms. Kip, good morning. I see your.
Hi, can you hear me?
Good morning. We're going to take your matter at this time. I'll turn to your attorney for the status of the matter. Mr. Hammercoat?
Thank you, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to discuss the matter with Ms. Kipp, and I think the parties have reached an agreement. We're proposing she's going to enter a straight plea of guilty on docket number 7 to the reduced charge of criminal trespass in the first degree. And upon the court's acceptance of that plea, the city will move to dismiss docket number 6, the suspended driving third degree case. City will recommend 90 days in jail, all suspended for 12 months on the condition that she pay a $250 probation fee, not have any new criminal law violations.
Good morning, Ms. Kip. Is your name Mary, middle initial R, Kip?
Yes,
I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to 1 count of criminal trespass in the second degree, amended down from a charge of first degree. Have you gone over the plea form with your attorney?
yes.
And if you had any questions at all about what it meant, was your question answered?
Yeah, he answered my questions.
Now, if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to the maximum of 90 days in jail and or $1,000 fine. You realize that?
Yes,
With that in mind, as to 1 count of criminal trespass in the second degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on July 1st, 2021, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
Make that plea of your own free will.
Yes,
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make a plea guilty?
nope,
I will find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made, and your statement of paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements. I've heard the recommendation as a sentence. Is there anything you'd like to tell me or think I should know? You don't have to tell me anything, but you do have that right.
I'm currently working on getting my license reinstated, so I'm working on things.
Okay, good luck with that. You take it easy. Yes, as part of the agreement here, the third degree charge is being dismissed. Don't give up until you get your license back. Good luck with that. We live in a world where you can't function very well without a driver's license. So,
Right.
recommendation: 90 days in jail, all suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior, which includes don't drive unless you're licensed and insured, and pay a $250 probation fee. That's the least important thing to me here. The most important thing is just compliance with the law. If there's a problem making the fine payments, get a hold of your attorney, and that is something we can easily deal with. Okay?
Okay,
Just give good luck to you. That concludes the hearing. We'll be sending you copies of the plea form and the judgment and sentence, and your attorney was going to have that as well. Okay?
okay, thank you.
Thank you and good luck to you.
Thanks, bye.
Goodbye. It didn't pop up this time. It's been doing it every time. Ready for the next one?
Your Honor, I'm ready with a fair amount on my calendar. I think at this point, we can go through some matters,
Sure.
at 10 o'clock that aren't here and address those. The first one being Desiree Edwards. I believe there was some non-compliance reports that had come in. I don't have any, I think we sent this over once. I don't have any information to provide the court this morning, unfortunately. And people post disposition on just on everything.
Sorry to see the allegation here, but
$5,000 cash or bond?
do we need a show cause hearing?
It's post disposition.
Then, so ordered, 5,000 cash or bond.
Next matter, sorry.
Douglas.
I do have a order to reset in there. Mr. Douglas had reached out to me and I received, spoke with his mother yesterday. He's currently in custody as of just a few days ago in county. So I'm asking to reset this 1 month so that I can meet with him. I'm having a feeling he'll be out by then. So that would be my request.
Hearing no objection, we'll reset it out of month. And wish him the
6
best.
weeks, whatever works. Yeah.
Note the non-appearance for speedy trial purposes. And reset.
Next matter, Amanda Lake.
Hold on, Denny Shot, hold on. Catch up with the computer. Go ahead.
Next matter is Amanda Lake, who these matters comes on for show cause hearings. I don't have any information.
$5,000 cash or bond?
So ordered. There's 2 different cases, 2,500 each. It's
Sure.
2,500 each. Cash or bond.
I will note too for the, just for the court and for Mr. Gillies. Mr. Douglas, it appears that the 1077 was filed in district court for competency, so we'll keep.
Oh, boy. Number 11, Dion.
Mr. Russell, I believe Mr. Russell previously, he was sick, I believe he called in, I don't have, and that was back in July. There was I do not have any information to provide the court at this time.
And haven't been in any touch with him since. Set the matter for show cause hearing.
I'll just note as an officer of the court, it looks like there are 3 warrants out of other, 4 or 5 warrants out of other jurisdictions.
We'll add one on.
Show cause, yes, that's understood. Next matter is Mr. Sitzma, 12.
Sitzma usually appears.
And I'm going to ask to reset this, and my basis for this, I haven't had enough contact on, I haven't had much contact on this specific case, but Mr. Sitzma's in community court in India, and he's engaged in it, he's doing the program, and I'm seeing him in that court because I'm in that court.
Wonderful.
So that's good, so.
Yes.
And him and I were supposed to, I just tell the court, last Wednesday, him and I were supposed to meet about this, and another person took control of the Zoom call and cut us off right before we were supposed to go do a breakout room together. So I'm just asking to reset this 1 month so him and I can get a chance to discuss this, which really hasn't happened much yet, but he is showing up in Olympia. And again, noting the FDA for the purposes of speed, so.
Simply know that the FBI reset out of it. Sounds like he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's.
Always
in the
good news.
program. Next, sorry.
Resetting him. Got it.
So, okay, my next matter, Your Honor, I'd like to address is number 2 off the 11 o'clock. Mr. Richard Cruz Brown.
Have that up.
And I have a motion to reset this, and I'm gonna actually be calling Mr. Brown in a half hour. He's been pending this evaluation through the right step for quite a while. He has a victims impact panel scheduled. We're making progress. I just need to get a hold of Misha over there and find out what it is that we need to wrap this up. And so I'm asking to reset this about, I think I'll go a month. Should be enough time.
Nothing on appearance, reset a month.
So actually, let me check on that. So Madam Clerk, will we be bringing him back to 30th? Is that
October 14th.
October 14th? That's the next available. Okay, that works.
Ready. I am a cyber dinosaur, but the computer's a little slow and I keep getting a window pops up that says, hey, your signature didn't kick in. But go ahead.
Okay. Is Dorino Graves 5? 11 o'clock, I believe the city has a motion.
That's correct, Your Honor. Move to dismiss.
No objection.
So ordered.
And at 10 after, Your Honor. Still signing.
Signed.
Noting the time here. The next matter is it's Riley Grimes. Ms. Grimes, I said it over last time because we have had communication in the past, quite a bit in the past, but unfortunately, I don't have anything to provide the court recently. And so I was hoping that between last time when we set this over without asking, without a show cause, that I would have something and I don't. So at this point,
I guess you have to do a show cause, Your Honor.
Yep. That we do. show cause as to why personal appearance is necessary for the advancement of the case.
And number 11, and I don't know the status. Okay. Mr. Rogers, he was on warrant status, he reappeared, was booked, was PR'd. And that's all I know, and that's based it off reading Jab. So I don't know if he's never reappeared back since the warrant, so I don't know if a show cause is needed or not.
I don't think a show cause is needed because I told them when I did PR on
Oh, I see that presence is necessary. I understand.
that his presence is necessary.
Yes.
For the,
I saw that. Okay. And I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have any information to provide.
City want a warrant?
Yes, please, $5,000 cash or bond.
So ordered.
Takes care of it.
I've started that as a practice when I
understand that.
was to tell them that. Back on the record, readdress the 10 and 11 o'clock pretrial calendars. Mr. Evercove,
Thanks, Judge.
defer to you for the
This
order
matter,
the cases are called.
thank you, Judge. This is a matter of Chloe Mills. She comes on for a pretrial hearing on a theft charge. Had an opportunity to review the. police
Which one was
report.
this? That's
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. This is number 8 on the 11 o'clock. It's Chloe Mills.
got it. Chloe Mills.
And the matter comes on for a pretrial hearing today on a theft charge. Had an opportunity to discuss the case with Ms. Mills, and we'd like to make a defense request to reset the case in the ordinary course, and I'd request the prosecutor to look into obtaining the reports written by Walmart. So this is an alleged theft case that took place at Walmart, and oftentimes in the police report packet, it'll also include a copy of the report that was written by the Walmart asset protection staff. There's nothing in there. And so based on what Ms. Mills is telling me, I'm having some questions about that because there's another person involved. She's actually like a co-defendant. So I'm questioning like what the defendant's role may actually be in this case. So I just request that the city just make their best efforts to see if there is such a report from Walmart.
Any
And-
objection? Is it Ms. Johnson has, Ms. Mills has checked in. She's present. Ms. Hills, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We're addressing your case at this time. Your attorney has asked for a reset, if you didn't catch that, to further explore the matter and maybe get some additional reports if they exist. City, have any objection to a
No
reset?
objection, Your Honor. I'll work on
And
it.
about how far out do you want to go?
Just kind of ordinary course, wherever the clerk thinks there's room to fit it in.
I'll defer to Madam Clerk. So leave one of those orders resetting. Yes.
Yes. But Mr. Howard will need to fill in the appropriate motion. I will put in the date.
Ms. Mills, we're resetting your matter. They will be sending you a copy of today's order. And we want you to keep in touch with your attorney, and any conditions of release earlier set remain in effect, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes today's hearing. You take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you at the next hearing.
Is Mr. Sneva still here? Is Mr. Sneva still here?
No.
Well, looks like you had one of the defendants show up. I
Oh, boy.
believe Mr. Rogers.
One thing at a time. Let's do Mills
Yeah,
first.
it should be ready for signature.
Tremico, this is,
Mr. Rogers. He is number 11 on the 11 o'clock. It's one of Josh's cases. And so I assume, Mr. Sneva, if you were here, you'd be asking us how to second that.
are you Mr. Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Your case was set for 11 o'clock. Your attorney was here and we issued a warrant for your arrest. Your case was at 11. It's now 11:30. Any reason why you weren't here at 11?
We stay out in Yelm this time. Really not here, so I kind of not wrong. Yeah, I'm not. Because I'm not from Yelm, so I don't really know how to.
Well, I think.
Yeah, let's reset it, huh?
Yeah, we'll just reset the case.
I'm sorry.
You still have contact information with Mr. Sneva?
I haven't talked to him.
2 weeks? Or do you
2
want?
weeks.
I apologize.
It happens. Always a good idea that, if you're gonna be late, your attorney is here, maybe give him a call, let him know, hey, I'm running late, please. It's,
Right. And she told me that too. She was like, she called. I was like,
and we'll let Mr. Steven know. Mr. Rogers, we're resetting the matter to September 16th, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm signing an order to that effect now. We'll have to be sending you a copy of that order.
okay.
That'll be 2 weeks, but it's important that you get a hold of Mr. Sneva probably before the day is over. Probably a good idea. Good luck to you. Take care. Hey, you made it. Better late than never, I guess. And it saves you a warrant, so that's always a good thing.
Thank you.
Mr. Rogers, take care of yourself and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Hey, take care. Now you know where we are. Hey, thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Did Your Honor want to do some no-shows?
Certainly. We don't have that many to deal with.
No, so on the 10 o'clock, looks like just. I only had
Mr. Ward.
I just had one, Tony Ward.
Set for show cause today. Any word of,
The only information I had on the guy is a non-working number. I haven't been able to reach contact.
that doesn't help. So. We're at page 7, number 13.
$5,000 cash bond.
So ordered.
And then the next one, I believe, is on the 11 o'clock, and it would be Kyle Clark. It's item numbers 3 and 4.
And he was set for show cause today.
Yeah, and so with the information I've been provided, I've emailed him, no response. I've made phone calls where the number that I have, it's not accepting calls, so I haven't been able to reach Mr. Clark.
$5,000 cash bond?
Each case or 25 each or?
Yeah, 25 each.
25 each on.
And then the last one looks like Austin Sanchez.
Looks like this needs to be set for a show cause.
This is, so I've had no luck with some different phone numbers, and one of the numbers, it was, that I called, there was a woman's voice, and also the voicemail was not set up, so I was not able to leave a message. So haven't been able to make contact.
show cause, I think. I don't see anything here.
I think so. Did not appear. Set up for show cause. Here he is, Tim White. His personal appearance is necessary. And that concludes the good afternoon. I'm going to call the 1 o'clock arraignment calendar. Before I address each case individually, I need to advise you that are online and you that are here in person of some rights that you have. Most important right is the right to have a lawyer represent you at all stages of any criminal proceeding. If you're indigent, I will appoint Mr. Haverco, who's in the courtroom now, to represent you in your case, and he'll enter a plea on your behalf. Typically, at the arraignment stage, which is now, a plea of not guilty is entered on your behalf, and we set the matter for what they call a pretrial conference. That's a chance for you to discuss your case with your attorney and your attorney with the prosecutor, and determine whether or not an agreed disposition of the case can be arrived at. If it can't be, you have a right to a public and speedy jury trial in the county where the offense is alleged to have been committed. If you have any questions about what you're charged with or what your rights are, please either ask Mr. Haverco or myself any question you might have. Your present in court, so we'll take your case first. Ms. Hoskins, if you'd have a seat at the council table next to Mr. Haverco, we'll take your matter. For the record, is your name Constance Marie Hoskins?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Ms. Hoskins, the citations we have alleged that on or about December 11th, 2019, you committed the offenses of 1, theft in the 3rd degree, which is a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine, or criminal trespass in the 1st degree, which is the same charge, a gross misdemeanor, maximum 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. Are you asking for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I'll appoint Mr. Haverco to represent you for now, and he will determine whether or not you qualify for representation through later discussions. Mr. Haverco?
Thank you, Your Honor. On Ms. Hoskins' behalf, would stipulate to probable cause and ask the court to enter not guilty, please.
Any question about what just happened?
No.
Probable cause stipulation just means that the bare bones minimum, the officer had a legal reason to cite you for the offense for which you were charged. That's a long way from proving that you, beyond a reasonable doubt, that you did anything of a criminal nature. Mr. Dilly, on behalf of the city, anything to add?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Hoskins, we're going to give you a pretrial date, which will be September 30th. We're also going to give you contact information with Mr. Haverco. Ordinarily, what I would do is have you go to the counter out in front and you would get a copy of this. We're shorthanded today, so we're going to have to mail it to you, if that's okay.
That's fine.
I'm signing the order as we speak. That concludes today's hearing. Not citing any bail, you're released on your own recognizance. The condition of release, of course, is law-abiding behavior.
Right. Okay.
So, Hoskins, thank you for appearing. We'll see you on your next court date.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good one.
Mr. Christopher, if you'd step forward and have a seat. I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. Is it Gerald, middle initial F, Christopher or Christopher?
Christopher.
The citation I have alleges in honor about July 13th, 2021, you committed the offense of obstructing a public servant. That's a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days incarceration and or a $5,000 fine. And of course, that's the first question. Are you asking for a court-appointed attorney? Yes. I will appoint Mr. Haverco to represent you in this matter, and he will enter a plea on your behalf.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stipulate to probable cause and ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Stoffer, a plea of not guilty has been entered on your behalf. That preserves your rights. We're going to set your case for a pretrial conference. Condition of release is law-abiding behavior. And your pretrial will be September 30th, 10 o'clock in the morning. Once again, I would ordinarily have you go to the window and get a copy of today's order, but we're going to have to send that to you along with contact information with Mr. Haverco. We are shorthanded.
So, there'll be court to actually talk about the incident or whatnot.
Pardon, there was some background noise. I missed that. Could you go?
Because the whole incident, like those officers, when they came to stop me,
No.
they were coming to ask me questions.
Now this is
that happened at a bank, and I was
Sir,
actually the
hold
victim
on.
of the crime.
Hold on. This is something you need to talk to your attorney about. Now's not the time to talk about that.
All right, so when is the time to talk about that?
That will be, your next hearing is going to be September 30th at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, we're going to send you contact information with Mr. Haverco and be in contact with him prior to September 30th.
I feel like I kind of got assaulted in the whole.
He's going to give you contact information.
All right.
You will definitely have that. Next hearing, September 30th, 2021. Condition of release, of course, is law-abiding behavior. Mr. Dooley, anything to add to this case?
No, Your Honor.
My first name? Right, Jerrold.
Jerrold?
Yeah, up there, you had it.
Oh, that's okay. That's something, that's a different system.
Those all things was that like my whole life, those all
So,
is that my whole life record or?
well, I don't know, but you were appointed to Josh Sneva, so give him a call and get the information and you can talk to him about your case.
So when's court?
Mr. Grover, that concludes today's hearing. You're free to leave. We'll see you back here on September 30th. And in the meantime,
Next court date? September 30th?
September 30th. Good luck to you. Thank you for appearing. Ma'am, you are here next. You're here for court. If you'd step forward and have a seat, we'll take your case now. Would you give me your last name, if you would?
Cheryl,
Good afternoon. Is your full name Lynn M. Sheroff?
Lynn M. Yes, Murray.
Ms. Sheroff, the citation alleges in honor about March 23rd, 2021. The Yelm officer cited you for the offense of driving a license suspended, revoked in the 3rd degree. The city may have a motion in that.
Yes, Your Honor. City moves to amend the charge to Noval 2nd degree, recommend $150 fine.
If that charge, driving a license suspended, has been amended to a civil infraction. An infraction, you're not entitled to a lawyer on that. You can admit it or deny it. If you admit it, I'll assess a $150 fine. That'll close that case. Deny it, we can set it with you. Let's take the other case first. You're also cited for the offense of making a false statement to a public servant. Are you asking for a court-appointed attorney?
Where's the worst case? If I plead guilty right now, these things, what is the worst
You
case?
don't really want to do that here. You don't want to do that with it. It's not a good idea. Well,
I mean, I know it's not usually, something they suggest, but it's just really just.
no. You haven't been appointed an attorney yet. The attorney has to have a case report. So, can you make it to court one time? You can always phone in. You can always phone in. You can always appear by computer. Yeah, you can appear virtually. Yeah. No, you're in person.
I don't know, but do they have an option of virtual?
I'm not sure, but you'll probably appear virtually at your next.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think.
If you're asking for a court appointed attorney, I'll appoint Mr. Haverko to represent you. He'll enter a plea on your behalf.
I think Your Honor would stipulate to probable cause, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. She just had questions about, she was worried that she might not appear for next hearing, and I pointed out to her, she might be able to appear virtually at her next hearing and not have to worry about getting to court. And, so I think that made her more at ease.
That's true. That's correct. If, the important thing is stay in touch. Stay in touch. As long as you're paying attention to this and we know what's going on, there's not going to be a problem. Plea?
Plea of not guilty, Your Honor. And when you get more information, just call me at the beginning of the week. Okay? We'll do it.
Plea of not guilty has been entered on your behalf. What we're going to do is kind of reserve any further proceedings on the other charge, the driving charge. And we're going to set your pretrial for September 30th, 10 o'clock in the morning.
So,
What's that? Yeah. They already amended it to an infraction. Yeah.
Sure, I'll sign an order setting the hearing for September 30th, 10 o'clock in the morning. The order will also have the Zoom contact information, the phone number, the sign-in password, meeting ID, etc. So you're going to have that well before the next hearing. So if you decide to appear on Zoom, you're more than free to do so.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions?
Just whatever.
Oh,
Thank you. Sorry, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
okay, you're entirely welcome. Mr. Dilly, anything further to add to this case?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do I have a deadline on that? Is there a date that has to be right on that?
Oh, she just, I think the clerk is gonna give you some kind of payment agreement or.
Let's address that on September 30th.
Okay.
There may be some questions about what exactly that means in the meanwhile.
Okay. All right, you're free to go. All right.
Bashar, thank you for appearing. You take care. You have a good day. That's all we have for in person. Do we have anybody?
No.
No.
No?
Yeah, they all should have been in person this time. And nobody logged in.
Okay.
So
Well.
seems to be it.
Mr. Delia, we're not even batting 200 today.
No.
That's it?
I mean, I think more people would probably arrive if they knew the prosecutor was going to be here in person. I think.
Yeah.
Probably make a big difference, but.
Well, I'll be around for a while, and I guess we can go off record at this time, having no further cases to address.
All right. Well, enjoy the long weekend.
And you as well. Stay safe, stay well, stay Delta free, if you will.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Take care. Go back on record for the 1 o'clock no-shows. The first one would be Austin Barker. I find probable cause for citing him for the offensive hit and run unattended, property damage, 2,500 cash or bond. The next one is Blake Deku, who promised me he would be here. Probable cause is previously found for criminal trespass, first degree, despite 4 previous non-appearances. He promised me that he would make it here today for sure. 2,500 cash or bond. The next would be Bo Frost. Find probable cause for the issuance to him of a citation for theft third. 2,500 cash or bond. After Mr. Frost, there is Clifford Jones. Find probable cause for the issuance to him of a citation for driving license suspended, revoked second degree, 2,500 cash or bond. Next would be Trade Jones. Find probable cause for the, well, I previously found probable cause when I arraigned him or spoke to him in custody, 2,500 cash or bond. There is probable cause for assault 4. Assault 4 DV. Josh Preble is the next one. I found probable cause when I spoke to him on the telephone when he was booked in jail, released him on his promise to appear. He assured me that he would. Again, there is probable cause for theft third, 2,500 cash or bond. And then last would be Chuck Warren. Dan, you take care and have a good one. See you in a couple, or yeah, at least in the morning. Drive careful. Stay safe. Last one would be Chuck Warren. Find probable cause for a theft third charge. I couldn't help but notice, according to his film, he has multiple felony convictions. Well, I'll stop at 6. And that's it.
There was Amanda Lake, I think her file.
Oh, Amanda Lake, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's, I skipped right over here. Docket number 10, amend that to, she's the one that didn't show up this morning either.
Yeah.
That's amend docket 10 from DWS 3rd to Novol 2, and FTA that. And then FTA, the docket number 11, the citation for failure to have display proof of liability insurance. Sorry, I went right over it.